So trapping mechanisms that can catch both large and small game, just based off of how you can up or down scale it, are really good ones to know about. And this one I've known about for a little while now, and it's really effective, and it kills by blunt force trauma. Very simple trap to make. All you need is some strong rope, your trigger stick, a cross member, and of course you also need your killing stick, the one with the spike on it. Now with that stick, all I did was cut a notch in the spike, and I've affixed it to the end of the killing stick there. So the trap parts are actually remarkably simple to carve. So with the spike stick, all I've done is carved a notch into the spike and affixed it to the primary arm. We're going to need a cross member. With the cross member, we can see that all I've done is carved it square in the middle. With the bait stick, which I have not carved out the tip yet, what we're going to do is we're going to make a simple elongated notch, and you'll see why in just a moment. You'll notice here we have two trees that are fairly close together, and what we'll do with our rope is what I've already done here. We're going to loop it around the tree, make several loops, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many you feel like it's necessary to keep the rope from breaking. And then to figure out where in this loop to affix our spike, you want to make sure that when it swings through, it's not going to touch the ground. So I'm going to go with right about there. Now you also want to put this rope on here based off the size of your target animal. So I'm looking at possibly something along the lines of a larger coon or something else of the like. You're going to put it in. I want to do right about there. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make several rotations in here. And you can see it's already building up quite a bit of power. That's a lot of power right there. Now you always want to have your hand on this. Make sure your body's clear in case you let go of it. What we're going to do is figure out where we want to put our crossbeam. You want the bottom of your crossbeam level with the chisel point of your spike stick. So right about there. And then we can let this come down, and that'll hold that in place while we tie this onto the tree. So I'm going to do that. So now we've got this tied on. Doesn't have to be nothing super fancy, just a few lashes with some bank line here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this back, and I like to hold it from behind the tree with my wrist here. You're going to take your first notch and hook it on your cross member, and then you're going to try to hook that back notch onto your spike there. Slowly let go. That's the trigger. Now there's a problem. The bait's too long. The bait stick's too long. So what we can do to remedy that, we can let this down controllably, and we'll see where that spike lands. So the spike's landing right about there. Take note of that. You're going to cut the bait. You're going to cut the bait stick off right about there. So once you've cut it there, you actually want to cut it just a little bit behind that point. Just a little bit, because you don't want to stab the animal in the nose. You want to stab them in the neck or crush their head. So let's reset it and see how it looks. This is how it would be set. Spike's going to come down. It should still be shorter than that. So I'm going to cut it back even further. That looks better. Slowly let go of it, and your trap's set. But at this point, now that it's made, you'd release it, and what you're going to do is you're going to create a funnel. Block off the back, create a funnel point, so they have to walk down this tunnel to get to the bait. Because otherwise, if they come in from the side and try to mess with it, the spike and the blunt force might miss them all together. You want them to only come from the front. So after you set up that funnel, let's say your ammo coming through here, and he hits this trigger, and this is a big trigger, so it's a little hard to fire. That clicks, that fires. Blunt force in the head, spike in the neck. Now, I did just recently learn about this. So if you're targeting a smaller animal, such as a rabbit or a mouse, they might not be able to put in as much force to trip that trigger. Now there's a simple trick to fix that, and all you need is a big Y stick. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and reset it just like it was. While we are still holding the spear, you're going to take this Y stick. This one might be a little too wide, actually. Just slide that underneath of your cross pull and trigger. Now, you're going to have to get that lined up a little bit better than I did. This is just a demonstration. But what you got effectively here is you create a lever to make this even more sensitive. So what you can also do with your bait stick, which is something that I've started doing with some of my other traps, is tying it to one of your set poles so that way it doesn't fly off into oblivion. But with that said, this is actually all the trap is. It's extremely easy to make, very, very powerful. You can see when I rotate this back, it pulls those trees in. And this can be scaled up or scaled down. You can tie a rock onto the end of this if you want to target their head. You can use a spike like I did. You can use just a plain stick. It's not totally necessary to have the spike or a rock on there. It just helps. So with that said, guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you haven't already, hit that bell dingling icon down below. You'll get notified every single time to upload a new video. I upload regularly on Saturdays at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully this summer will not mess things up. I almost didn't get to make this video. It's been raining all week. I feel like I haven't seen the sun in a month. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.